Hey everybody, happy Monday. Thanks for starting your week with us here on Northern Life. So Hunter, I've been in a battle with some friends in the bathroom.
Oh, what?
Careful how I phrase that. I've been fighting some ants that are in our bathroom. They're coming from the baseboards, you know. So I sprayed I forgot the name of the spray, but it's supposed to be good for you at home, like not terrible for you. But I think I may have accidentally inhaled some before coming to work today because I was coughing pretty heavily. But I think, so if any doctors out there, if you think I'm in trouble, like if you're looking at me and I look like I'm pale or something, send me a message.
The ants are looking at you thinking, we're winning. He's coughing, we're
trying
winning.
to get rid of us. But man, there was a slug that ended up in our bathroom. You know, like I don't know if they're like water slugs, but this one had like arms and whatnot coming out.
What?
It was absolutely terrifying.
That's disgusting.
It looked like a huge spider. So the spray is working. So that thing, ended up dying, fortunately.
'Tis the season, man.
Yeah.
Ants are the worst. We get them every single year in our cabin. And if you leave sugar out or whatever, and you lift up like the sugar packet, and a bunch of ants scramble away, like I almost threw up last year. I'm like, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gross.
If any ants are watching out there, this is not the channel for you.
No, turn the channel. We don't like you. Or mosquitoes.
Well, over the weekend, Hunter, it's always sad to see an event that looked super cool, but you weren't able to attend.
Yep.
And I just found out that this past weekend was the annual Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship. It took place in Dodgeville, Wisconsin. It's one of those things where it's like, I got to make sure that's on the calendar for 2026. That just seems like too fun to pass off.
Seriously, get the tomato juice or whatever, tomato soup, and dunk it your V8. You can dunk it in your V8.
Yeah.
Obviously, you must like grilled cheese. Do they do different kinds of grilled cheese?
I think there's different categories.
Different categories.
Yeah.
So the judge on appearance, maybe?
I would assume maybe there's like one that's strictly just cheese and maybe things that are added. Like my mom growing up, she used to put like turkey or ham sometimes in the grilled cheese. Ooh, those are always the best days.
I've heard if you put like garlic butter on the outside and toast it with that, so good. And I've also had one where you put mashed up banana and peanut butter in the middle and you grill that. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
I saw somebody on Instagram the other day who put a Uncrustables, a peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables, onto the skewer and put it like as a s'more, like making it as a s'more. Wow. That looked dangerous. Yeah.
So good. Oh, I love food so much.
I do too.
Isn't food the best?
It's the greatest.
So good. Coming up on today's show, a lot of food, of course, but Ryan here is up in Ely, Minnesota. He stopped by to visit the incredible International Wolf Center, and we're going to learn all about the wolves up there as Ryan tests his knowledge and his animal capabilities. I'm excited to hear the howl here, Ryan.
Yeah, I do a lot of howling, so you're going to want to stick around. Yeah, and from wolves to cats, though. We got Diana from Cloquet who actually texted us a photo the other night, and she sent us one saying, I love your show and enjoy seeing these pictures that people send in of their pets. So I had to send a picture of my pet, Delbert, who is an 11-year-old cat who has an unusual place to sleep. He sleeps on the toilet on a regular basis. Fortunately, has never fallen into the toilet.
How has he never fallen into the toilet? That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine training a cat to go to the bathroom in the toilet, or any animal?
I'm sure there probably are some.
I bet there are. I bet you could train Delbert, which is a cool name, by the way, to go to the bathroom in the toilet.
Wow. Yeah.
Already there, pretty much.
Lives life on the edge a little bit.
Yes, literally on the edge, the toilet bowl edge.
Don't fall in, Delbert. Thanks for watching, Diana. Hey, if you're having a rough start to the week, hopefully not as bad as this. Some Baltimore Orioles baseball fans were mistakenly charged just under $9,000 when they signed up for a new streaming service. So the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network recently launched their new service, but a few subscribers posted on social media that they were charged $8,999 instead of the $89.99 subscription price for the rest of the season. The company representative said the problem was resolved and those refunds have been issued.
Yeah, you're going to notice that when it comes out of your bank account. That's going to be a big flag on the old Wells Fargo app.
It's going to be tough to explain to Wells Fargo. I didn't overdraft. I swear, I did not try to get $9,000 worth of baseball online.
Yeah, you better get channels that you don't even know exist if you're paying that much for a cable service.
Oof. Yeah, the way the Twins were playing earlier this year, $90 might be a stretch.
Seriously.
Sorry, Twins. Hey, Hunter, let's take a trip down memory lane. So, you know the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually making a comeback.
It is?
Yeah, the viral challenge is back over a decade later, and I remember doing it in 2014. I was able to find some humiliating high school Ryan Half video on my Facebook page, and man, it was a blast from the past. I don't know exactly what I was wearing in this video, Shania, but, I had some long shorts back then.
That's
Also,
insane.
and a Minions tank top.
I thought that was a SpongeBob tank top.
Yeah, kind of a tough combo. And here's the thing I was thinking when I pulled up this video. You know, we're pretty tough that we have to, you know, see these videos again in our lifetimes. But you know, back in the day, like maybe for the folks, you know, the older generations, maybe they just have some humiliating photos.
Yes.
But you know, I had to like listen to the audio too, and you know, it's just kind of tough reliving those moments sometimes.
Yeah, not only do we have, like you said, old photos, we got a billion old photos we got to relive, and these old videos that are just all over Facebook that anybody can look up, and not just us, you know?
Oh.
It's like, my gosh. By the way, you're pretty swole in that
Whoa,
photo.
thank you.
Look at those biceps.
Wow.
Dude,
All
that's
right.
looking good. I did it too, and I actually, me and my brother stood on our lake. It was frozen, but it was melting at the time. We walked out on the dock and stood on the lake, and we fell through the ice and rolled around in the water, and then got up on the water. And I got to find that video too, because
That
it
was
was crazy.
greater than a bucket.
It was wild. It was the coldest experience of my life, but it was wild.
I bet that was cold. Hey, even further back, about 20 years ago, history was made. That's because the first YouTube video was uploaded. The 19-second clip was called Me at the Zoo, featuring YouTube's co-founder in front of an elephant exhibit, and YouTube was a very fast success because just 18 months later, it would be sold to Google for $1.65 billion worth of stock. I'm not even sure exactly what YouTube's valuation is today, but I absolutely love using YouTube.
I use it every day, astronomical. I love, on my breaks I'll watch it, or at night I'll watch it. Love YouTube. What was the first YouTube video you watched?
Oh man, probably the shoes.
Yes!
Go shopping for shoes.
So great.
Here's another thing too. I only listen to music now using YouTube, and you know, my girlfriend gives me a hard time because I stopped using Apple Music, which I also loved, but it's like $11 a month.
Yes.
So I'm saving like what, 120 some dollars for the year.
Seriously.
But I might go back to Apple Music.
You got to watch the ads. There's a lot of ads on YouTube.
Yeah, but hey, it's free.
It is.
In a way.
It is.
Well, hey, coming up after the break, it's time to howl. We'll take you to the International Wolf Center in the great city of Ely, Minnesota, coming up next here on Northern Live.
Welcome back, folks. Northern Minnesota is full of gems, and we already know that. We live up here, and one of them, of course, is the International Wolf Center up in Ely, who's using science-based education to teach and inspire the world about wolves.
Wolves are great. I got to travel with our wonderful teammates, Shania and Keith, to experience the center for my very first time, seeing how much I know about wolves and if I have what it takes to be one.
Calling out to Briggs and Hunter.
We have 4 ambassador wolves that live here with us right now. So we have Grayson, who is our 9-year-old male, and we have Kaz and Blackstone, who are 3-year-old males, and then Rika, who is our 4-year-old. From our viewing area, you can really see them pretty well.
So happy to be at the International Wolf Center in Ely, Minnesota, joined by Krista Warheide. It seems like such a great center, too, to learn more about wolves and a great place to take the kids and have a great time with them.
Absolutely. We have a large kind of a variety of things that people can do. So we have a huge Discover Wolves exhibit, we have a theater, we have programs that are led by our education staff. So there's a lot to do here, and you can spend an afternoon.
Wolf packs are usually made up of a mother and pups, a few lone wolves, family members, or a breeding pair. I'm gonna go... Oh, I should have studied. I'm gonna say a breeding pair. Final answer. Oh, family members. Oh, breeding male and female and their pups. Okay.
You can learn about wolf behavior, you can learn about wolf research, you can howl with the wolves, you can do all kinds of things that are really interactive. We have a kids area, a den to crawl through.
All right. How do I look? Yeah, I can see why. I can see why this would be. Oh, there's teeth here. I'm bringing it out. I'm bringing it. Am I gonna fit through there?
I think so.
I found the meat. Okay. I don't know if I'm. Oh, I might. Oh my gosh. I made it. I was looking at that. Hello. I was looking at that entrance. I'm like, there's no way I'm making it through there. And it seems like Briggs and Hunter, as kids, they got the chance to come here on field trips. How many visitors do you guys see on a given year?
We see about 40,000 people in a year.
Wow.
Most of those are kind of bunched into the summer, but we do group visits, so on those field trips, they get to come on a group visit, but we also are just open to the public.
All right, how do wolves select their prey? Ooh, they go after every animal, but usually end up with the sick or weak ones. They only kill small animals, attack every animal until they're successful. They look for the animal with the most meat. They hunt the biggest and fastest animals. I read it over on the deer one, and it said they did not have a very good success rate at a lot of animals, but they usually go after the sick or weak ones. Yes. They go after the easiest prey.
I have been kind of that wolf kid my whole life, so I was interested in them from a very young age. And I think it is part of that, like, it's hard to see them in the wild, and it's such a cool experience to come here and learn about them, see them through the windows, and kind of see that they have these like super huge feet and they do all these cool things.
Are wolves protected in Minnesota? I think they are. I don't know if they will always be protected, though. It depends on the current laws in place. Nice. Regulations change.
Well, we are open 7 days a week from 9 until 5, and we have a few additional like extra programs that people can find out about on our website, which is wolf.org. And so we're just really excited for people to come.
A big thanks to Christopher having us at the International Wolf Center. Like I said, my first time being, and I'm glad I got to go because, my goodness, what a beautiful space they have.
Yeah, it's so cool. It seems like it's not only, obviously adults can go and enjoy it, but kids can also go and enjoy the whole experience, meet some wolves. And whenever I see something like that, like a bear or a wolf, it's like, you got to tell yourself, you can't pet those things. Those are vicious wild animals.
That was the thing, too. The wolves that were there, the 4 wolf ambassadors that they have, are enormous.
Yes.
You know, they're like big dogs. But then they were showing us the wolf that they have on display, a taxidermied Alaskan wolf.
Yeah.
And that thing is enormous.
Really?
So if you're ever in Alaska, make sure you don't run into a wild wolf because those things are a lot bigger than the ones we have here in the northern part of the country.
Hopefully don't migrate south. Stay up there if you can. Yes.
Because, wow, yeah, you don't want to get a fight with that.
No.
We're going to talk more about my time at the Wolf Center when we come back after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Still talking about my time at the International Wolf Center in the great city of Ely, Minnesota. I do enjoy howling because I grew up actually going to Minnesota Timberwolves games, and so a lot of the times, when somebody's at the free throw line, you howl in order to, hopefully make them miss the free throw.
Oh,
so
sure.
it was fun because I got to do the howling, and then we got to go outside, and one of the staff members there at the Wolf Center is able to make that pitch to where the wolves start howling, and that's when you saw them all come together. So they hear it and they find each other, and then they all started running towards where the howl was coming from.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So what are they thinking in their heads? Do you know? Like, they're coming together and they're like, let's go find this other friend or something like that?
I don't know.
A rival pack, perhaps?
See if they're a member of our pack. I'm not sure.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's nuts. I think I've said this before, but we've done that out in the woods where
Yeah.
we will howl and you'll hear multiple wolf packs howling back. It's absolutely insane.
It's very cool. But if you'd like to visit the Wolf Center, they are open Fridays through Sundays until May 22nd, and then they'll switch their hours. They have a fantastic website over at wolf.org. And like I said, they operate off of donations from wonderful folks like you. And I hope people like me continue to have the chance to experience their amazing location for years to come in the future.
We'll have to make it back there sometime.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
Really fantastic place. Let's turn to the film world. A series of timeless movie trailers has inspired a Minnesota filmmaker to produce a documentary about their history and the company behind them.
Yeah, that's right. Derek James has more on how he's shining a spotlight on an important part of the movie-going experience.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Despite its runtime of less than a minute, it's an icon of American cinema.
Popcorn can't be beat.
You couldn't go to the movies without seeing the Let's All Go to the Lobby concession trailer in the 1950s and 1960s. Independent filmmaker Justin Atkinson saw it for the first time a few decades later.
To growing up, going to the Valley High Drive-In Theater in Lake Elmo, I remember seeing between the features they would do these intermission trailers.
Now's the time to yum, yum, yum.
And I just thought, these are so cool. Who made these?
Hi, I'm Chili Dilly, the person.
In recent years, he learned it was Filmac, a Chicago-based company founded in 1919 by Irving Mack.
So these trailers were necessary to encourage people to, buy popcorn and soda and support this new revenue stream that was happening in the 1950s.
Here's the way we quench our thirst.
The company made thousands of messages for theatergoers, welcoming them, telling them not to smoke or to keep quiet during showings. In 2022, Atkinson went to work on telling the Filmac story, which is still relevant today. The catchy trailer,
Delicious things to eat, the popcorn can't be beat,
continues to be shown in theaters, and it's been parodied at least a dozen times.
I think my favorite parody of the Let's All Go to the Lobby trailer is from The Simpsons. You have Homer Simpson walking along behind the dancing concession items and just eating them one by one.
And is there any one moment in pop culture that really stands out when it comes to the use of the Filmac trailers?
The most classic use of someone licensing a Filmac trailer is in the movie Grease.
Sandy, my darling.
That was the first film to actually license the trailer that I grew up seeing, the intermission countdown clock, which you see behind John Travolta when he's up the drive and he's singing, and you see on the screen behind him as a Filmac trailer.
In his documentary, Atkinson also highlights Minnesota theaters that have shown the trailers for nearly 70 years.
People remember these and they have nostalgic memories of them, and those memories need to be preserved.
In Woodbury,
Let's all go to the lobby.
Derek James, WCCO News.
That was
Cool
fun.
chunk of history right
Yeah.
there, Ryan.
I like that a lot.
Yep.
We'll talk about tomorrow's show when we come back here on Northern Lights.
Welcome back, folks. Coming up tomorrow here on Northern Life, we're going to be hanging out with the National Weather Service. We're taking my good buddy Tony Nargi up to our Duluth office here, and we'll show you why it's important for them to do weather balloon testing for this week's Black Bear blindfold. So, very important part of meteorology. We use it every single day. Model Data uses it every single day, and it's going to be cool to see the actual equipment in work. It's very cool.
I'm really excited for that story, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm still thinking about the chili dilly. Having a pickle at the movie theater. I think that'd be revolutionary.
We got to
today.
bring that back. Who doesn't want a pickle in the middle of a movie?
Who doesn't want to smell like pickles during a date?
Yeah. Oh, it sounds amazing.
Hey, before we go today, we hope you're shining bright for the world this week, just like the sun above us here on Earth. Check out this very intense view of the sun. The Solar Orbiter spacecraft was able to capture this image 5 years into its mission. It is the wildest high-resolution view of the sun yet, and it was made by combining 200 individual images. That was between the European Space Agency and NASA working on that.
Absolutely beautiful. The solar flares coming off of that thing, very cool.
Shine bright today. Thanks for joining us. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Monday.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Light.